Here they both are. Okay, so these are both new motorcycles to the owners, used but new. So, and it's a perfect example of the things that you guys need to watch out for. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a breakdown, and then of course, for our members, we're gonna go way more in depth because I wanna show you guys exactly what to look out for so I can save you some pocketbook money, you know? The reason why I'm going through this is because it's not that I don't want you to buy a motorcycle or buy this motorcycle. It doesn't matter that you buy a motorcycle that's been worked on or fixed to appear to look good. But what I do want you to do is I don't want you to go and pay, let's say, 10 grand when you should be paying 7, if that makes sense. So that's the reason why I'm doing this. And obviously this one's a little bit more beat up, so there's more information on this one, but this one looks good, but I can show you the things that you need to see in order to stop yourself from overspending on a motorcycle that is just not worth it. So sure, they can come back and say, yeah, we're not gonna accept that offer. Then what you gotta do is you gotta walk away. You have to have some common sense and walk away, because the reason why they got you in there is because you want to buy a motorcycle. And yes, the excitement factor is a thing. Like, if you're excited, you might miss the small things. Like, you know, you're not going to miss the seat here, obviously, but you might miss, you might miss that bar end is bent. You know, you might miss that, and it's not bent, it's just hanging on there, like there's nothing there. So you might miss things like that. And the perfect example, this one's a little bit more beat up, but this one is a perfect example. Like, can you guys tell that that lower fairing and the mid fairing are 2 different colors? Can you tell? So just, and the other thing is why not make them pull? So look, if I zoom in, can you tell that that's 2 different colors? Like, you can see it. The bottom is darker than the top. So what I'm saying is, why not, if you're gonna buy something like that, and let's just say you spend 10 grand, why not have them be like, okay, hey, I'm very interested. Can you take it outside so I can actually take a look at it? And then just go over it. So, I mean, if you saw the stuff from last night, which I think I might put it in here. This fairing wasn't clipped in. This is not clipped in. As you can see, like right there, it's not clipped in. What else did I see? Oh, right here. That has an aftermarket bolt in it. Any bike that has aftermarket bolts in was put together incorrectly. Oh, so the big thing for me was there was no seat bolts. So I was like, you know, these are the things that you overmissed. That right there is not mounted correctly. So if there's gonna be small stuff like this, that means that this bike was not put back together correctly. That's what it means. Like, if you took your time to put something back together correctly, you would be good to go. So these are the things you need to watch out. Watch out for scratches. Watch out for aftermarket levers. I'm not saying because it has aftermarket levers, it's been crashed, but that's an easy way to get these levers to get on here, and then bar ends. So bar ends, aftermarket levers, aftermarket turn signal or mirrors. What else? Anything, just to see, you know? And then here's the other thing is, people that rebuild bikes are cheap. And what I mean by that is they want to make the most money possible in the least amount of time. And that's just worldwide. That's on everything. But what I'm saying is, what you can rely on is laziness. They're not going to replace things. They're not going to replace things that cost too much money or don't warrant it. Or see, right here, if they weren't lazy, they would just sand that down real quick and spray it black. You would never know. You would never know. You know, probably wouldn't see that. That's laziness as well, right there. You would never know. But the thing is when it comes in, and all I'm going to do is I just tell the customer, just up front, be like, hey, this is what the deal is. And it's not that, like, so what I tell the customers is you don't need to be like, oh man, I got a bad deal. No, don't worry about that. You bought it. See, look, you can definitely tell that's a different color. So that's a little bit more obvious. But what I'm saying is, you bought the bike. Don't worry about that. All you have to do is make sure that it's mechanically sound. And obviously, yes, we want to take a look at it and make sure that the fairings are mounted, maybe get the right bolts. So I did happen to do this. Where's the, right here. So I was wondering where his seat bolts were, and it was in here. So what I did is I put the bolt in there, but you can see how putting the wrong bolt in damaged that fairing right there. So not happy about that. And then when looking at that, I happened to see that right there. So and then what that did for me is all I did was I had to do an oil change anyway. So what I did is well, you can't see, hold on. So what I did is I happened to pull the lower fairing, which I put it back on, but if I just pull it a little bit, you can see it's red right there. So that means that that lower fairing was repainted. So small things like that. And I'm not, listen, I know I work on bikes. I know you guys don't work on bikes, but here's the thing. If you had seen that bolt, and, you're like, that probably doesn't go there, then you would have happened to maybe see that and maybe catch a little bit more things so you can save money on this bike. It's a good looking bike. It's let's just say it's mesmerizing. And what I mean by that is when you look at it, you're like, man, yes, let me get that one. And you think everything's sound. So the other thing is like, man, look at this chain. And this is just purchased. And I mean like yesterday. Look, watch that thing. Dude, like, come on. That is probably the original chain on that thing. So it's not, for me, it's not my bike, so it's not a big deal, but I get frustrated for customers because this is a setup. You're not gonna paint this lower to be honest with the customer. It's a setup. You're getting set up. You shouldn't have to pay top dollar for this. That's what this is about. It's not about not going and buying a motorcycle. Go buy a motorcycle, but know what you're getting into. Know that it was laid down. Know that it was crashed. Know that they repainted those fairings. The customer had no idea that stuff was done. He's like, man, I got a new bike. It's awesome. He brings it here. I tell him what the deal is. Then he's like, man. And then you get a little bit depressed, and you shouldn't get depressed. You should enjoy the new motorcycle. It's not, you guys know what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to explain it. You know what I'm saying. It's just, I don't want you to get upset because you bought a piece of garbage when you thought it was perfect, which it's never going to happen. But I'm just, for the guys that actually want something to, that don't want to accept stuff like this. And dude, this bike's in good condition. The fork seals aren't leaking. You're doing good. But it's just, man, he should have paid a little bit less. I can tell you that from whatever he paid, it doesn't matter. He should have paid less. So that's the deal. Anyway, so I just, I'm trying, that's what I'm going to do from now on is I've been thinking of a way to come across and get involved with like the community and help. And this is what I want to do. I want to help you guys from stop getting ripped off. And, maybe you guys, maybe it saves one of you. It's going to be worth it. So just let me know if you guys have any questions. And the other thing that you guys need to know is for the members. If you're a member, we're going to go in depth on both of these motorcycles. We're going to go in depth on that one, and we're going to go in depth on that one, just so you guys can understand what I'm talking about and how people hide things. And you need to pay attention. Don't just accept what a person is telling you. It's not the truth. So, the best one is, hey, this is from the previous owner. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you think about, hey, this is something that you want to support, go over, become a member. All you're going to do is you're going to help us do even more stuff. And I can tell you this, that whenever we say, hey, we're doing this, or we have this for somebody, it's going to be the members who benefit. It just is that way. You want to back me, I'm going to back you guys, and I want to give you the information that can help you guys save money or avoid a catastrophe, because we've had a couple of these this month. We've had these two, and we've had 4 more. I've had is he still here? Here, there's the Kawasaki. He bought this as a project bike. This was another one that was set up, but we're not going to get into that. I just want to say these are the things that I'm going to start doing. I wanted to figure out where the channel is going, and this is where it's going, and we're going to do some cool stuff and help you guys save money. So I appreciate it. Thanks to everybody for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and we'll get back with you. Thanks, guys.